Look, it's one of the largest industries in the world.
Yeah.
And look, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And one of the things I always like to say with these sorts of things, I believe heavily in supplementation, love the science behind some of it. But I think it's time, as we say, time to look up the skirt of the industry. We pick on Big Pharma a lot. Well, now it's time to have a bit of a crack at the supplement companies out there. Because, I mean, if we're going to do it both ways, Steve, we've got to be fair, right?
You have to. Now, there's no better place to look good than in Hawaii, right?
Of course.
You want to look good in a bikini, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I do.
Of course, Steve. Hey, you know.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
So anyway, look, there is a supplement that was released well, this mainly happened in Hawaii. So that's where
well, I used to sell the supplement. So
did you?
Yeah, well, now I did sell OxyElite PRO.
Yep.
I did not get the batch that was associated with this.
Yes.
But the product was eventually banned. But Steve, long story short, now what was the name of the company? OxyElite PRO was the name of the product.
Yeah, the company...
USP Labs.
That's it. That was the original one, and it was sold through GNC, which is Good Nutrition Centers.
And this is in the States?
In the States, yeah. Now, just to... This product is no longer for sale.
No.
But they sold it, and in just Hawaii alone, in a certain area, and they cased it down to 29 cases of acute hepatitis.
How many died?
1 died, and 2 needed liver transplants, or they would have died. So this is pretty bad, and this is just a supplement to help you lose weight. I know people are going to say, look, paracetamol does vastly worse than liver.
Sure.
And overdoses, I mean...
But I think, Steve, there are warnings on the label. I think people, I shouldn't say it's well known, but I think it's medically understood. And is the relief better than the cause? I mean, I've taken Panadol before and I haven't died, right? So it comes down to abuse and all the rest of it. This is slightly different.
No, this is very slightly different.
This has been marketed as a product that's going to help you, and people have taken unwittingly... thinking they're going to improve their health, but ended up 2 liver transplants and 1 death.
And the person who died was 48, so they're young.
Wow.
You know, because I'm older than that, so they're young. So it wasn't like someone in their 80s.
10 times older than that, Steve.
That died, could have been this. It was really put down to this. And the 29 cases of acute hepatitis was put down to this. And it's...
How many of those? So 29 hospitalised?
Yeah, the hospitalised with acute hepatitis. Now,
I remember, I think, and again, this will test my memory, and this might give me some credibility or blow it out of the water for what I'm trying to remember later on. My understanding is that it was one ingredient that they got from China, which was not the correct, it was mislabeled. Is that correct?
It was. And the supplement that was linked to that they blamed it on was DMAA, which we've all heard of before, haven't we? It's a stimulant.
Okay. So is this where the DMAA ban came from? Because back in the day, and look, I used to sell a crap ton of this stuff. In fact, the company had a really good pre-workout called Jack 3D. And Jack 3D was this little tub. It was a real nootropic. You'd take it. And they said that DMAA was based on geranium stem. Now, that's a load of bullcrap. It wasn't. They just kind of used that so that they could say it was a natural supplement. And this is the thing that pisses me off, because then legislators and lawmakers go, all supplements are evil and going to kill you. Well, again, you need to have a look in your backyard. But having said that, I think in terms of this is the poster child, I guess, that creates legislation and throws everything out and goes, right, they're all bad because of one bad egg.
Yeah, exactly. And what they did was the health record. This is the thing that I'm amazed about. And I'll read this to you. The announcement comes shortly after the Hawaii Department of Health requested the voluntary removal of OxyElite PRO from the Hawaii retailers.
And the funny thing is that, look, I love the United States because, I mean, it's the land of the free, and you've got guns and, all that sort of stuff, right? And they've got the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, which is excellent because, I mean, it's relatively black and white, and you can... Yeah, when I heard that, because I actually watched a documentary on it probably about 4 or 5 years ago, the response from the health officials was definitely inadequate. And again, like as I said, I'm all for free market and all the rest of it, but this was terrible. This needed immediate recall, and this needed, like in Australia, you sneeze, you get your product recalled. You can, right? And they have a lot of parent legislation, and I guess that's a good thing when you've got really serious stuff like this happen, right?
Very much so.
But that was a very inept and weak response from their health department.
Incredibly weak.